Hi guys, what's up? It's your girl Charla from That Girl Cooks Healthy. Today I'm gonna show you how to make some tuna steaks. So we're just going to cook them on the stove top, and they're really juicy and tender and flavorsome, and they pair really well with your favorite salad. So it's a nice, light and healthy recipe with a boost of flavor that I cannot wait to show you guys. So let's get to it. So these are the ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need some tuna steaks, preferably fresh tuna steaks. So I have some yellow tuna steaks. I actually have tuna steaks that I had to freeze them and thaw them out. So in terms of texture, I would prefer to use fresh. I usually use fresh for this recipe, but I had to freeze them because I had no space in my refrigerator, so that's the only thing I could do. So I'm still going to show you how to make the recipe anyway, using these tuna steaks, which is why they look the color that they do. So you're also going to need some fish seasoning. So I have my homemade fish seasoning that I'm using. You're also going to need some onion and garlic granules, or you can use powder instead of granules, some shadow banin. You also need some chili powder, black pepper, pink salt, some soya or soy sauce, some people call it, some homemade browning, a small amount of warm water, also some olive oil, onion, garlic cloves, some thyme, tomato paste, and just some additional fish seasoning, black pepper and pink salt. So the first thing we need to do is we need to marinate our tuna steaks. So I have a large zip bag here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of the ingredients. So I'm going to add the fish seasoning, the onion granules, garlic granules, the soy sauce, the browning sauce, shadow banin, chili powder, black pepper, pink salt, and I'm also going to add the water. Once I add all of those ingredients, I'm going to secure the bag, give the bag a shake, and then I'm just going to leave it to marinate in the refrigerator for up to 2 hours. So what I'm going to do now is I have a medium-sized frying pan, and on medium heat I'm going to add some olive oil, just a small amount of olive oil. What I want to do is I want to just gently pan-sear my tuna steaks. So I'm going to remove them from the marinade that we made earlier. You want to put that to the side. Whatever you do, don't throw the marinade away because we're going to need it later. So you just want to carefully use some tongs to add those tuna steaks, and you want to pan-sear the tuna steak. So I like to pan-sear mine because I like mine well done. So this is a well done recipe, so I'm going to just pan-sear it for a few minutes per side. So now that the first side has seared, I'm just going to use some tongs and carefully flip them over, and again I'm just going to pan sear the other side of my tuna steaks. You do want to cook it to your liking. Like I said, this is a well done recipe, so you're going to see that after I've pan seared it that I will be cooking it down as well. So just keep that in mind, that if you don't want yours well done, then this recipe may not be for you. So now that the tuna steaks have seared to my perfection or to my liking, I'm going to get the same tongs now and just remove them from the pan and just set them aside. So in the same frying pan, you don't need to clean it out. You just want to add a small amount of oil, and then you want to add your onion and garlic, and you just want to saute them for a few minutes until they're soft and translucent. So now we want to make some sauce for our tuna steaks. So I'm pouring in the reserved marinade, and I'm also going to add some thyme and tomato paste as well. You might notice that the marinade is on the thicker side, so do add a small amount of water if you want to loosen it up. You might notice when you add the tuna steaks, and I'll show you that in a minute, that you might want to add a small amount of water to stop the sauce from being too thick. So you just want to stir in that tomato paste, and then I'm going to show you what you need to do next. So now that we've made the sauce, the next thing we're just going to do now is we're just going to add our tuna steaks, and we just want it to cook through for about 5 minutes with the lid on. If you want your tuna steaks, if you don't want it cooked anymore at this point, then all you need to do is just heat up the sauce and then just serve it with the tuna steaks. But like I said, this is a well cooked tuna steak recipe, which is why I am showing you this part of the recipe, because this is how I make it. So I'm adding the tuna steaks, then I'm going to put the lid on and just let it simmer for no more than 5 minutes. It does look thick and gloopy, but I promise you the sauce is really nice and it really does complement your tuna steaks, and I will show you what it looks like at the end. Don't forget as well to baste it as well. So you want to just baste the tuna steaks with some of the sauce as well before putting the lid on. So after about 5 minutes, I'm going to remove the lid and show you guys what the tuna steaks look like. So you see the sauce has loosened up and it's just bubbling away there, and it's really complementing our tuna steaks. Now do a close-up so you guys can see that it really has loosened up and it really does work well with the tuna steaks, I promise you that. So all you need to do now is serve it with your favorite salad, and it's a nice recipe of wholesome flavorness with some healthy salad. So it's a nice balance there. So I do hope you make this recipe. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe and support the channel, and I will catch you on the other side.